So Liverpool and Manchester United meet in the Premier League this Sunday. Liverpool coming into the game in amazing league form, obviously sitting top of the league right now on 37 points. United, on the other hand, sitting in 6th place in the league, having a very poor and inconsistent season so far. No, boys, it's going to be a rough weekend for us as United fans. I can already see Sunday evening me being a very, very disappointed United fan, man. I mean, if I was to record a preview for United Liverpool, whether it was Old Trafford or Anfield, in years gone by, I would have been a lot higher spirits, for us to maybe nick a point, away at Anfield or even maybe win at home. Over recent years, Liverpool have been a much better football team, much better run club than us. But the thing about a rivalry, boys, is that obviously it can always be a good leveler as well, regardless of the form, that the two teams come into the game with. In recent years, I would have said, United, Liverpool, even as bad as United have been in the last decade and as good as Liverpool have been in recent years, obviously winning the league and Champions League and stuff as well. I'd always say when it comes down to it, Manchester United against Liverpool, it can always be a game regardless of each team's form because of the rival aspect of it, the rivalry. Whether it's at Anfield or Old Trafford, because it's a rivalry, that can be a really, really good leveler, and both teams should be up for it and give 100% in the game. But this weekend, as a United fan, I just don't see my team being able to compete that way. I really, really, really don't. Obviously, in recent years, it's been 5 years. I seen a stat the other day, 5 years since United have scored at Anfield, and even when we did, it was Jesse Lingard at Anfield scoring against Liverpool, but we still lost the game 3-1 in 2018 under Jose. I remember the goal where Juan Mata scored back, I think it was 2016, the overhead kick goal that Mata scored, or the scorpion kick goal, or whatever you want to call it, that made us win that game at Anfield 2-1. I think that was the last time a Manchester United team went to Anfield and won. So Liverpool are obviously flying this season, 37 points in the league, they're top. I still don't think, the scary thing about Liverpool is, boys, I still don't think they're playing at their best. I mean, you've seen recent games they've played. I mean, obviously, ignore the Europa League game on Thursday night, because obviously they're playing a second string team. But obviously Palace last weekend, early kick-off, they only won 2-1, and in the first half, and for a good part of the second half, especially when Palace got the penalty as well, it didn't really seem like Liverpool were all out for that game. They seemed like they were playing within themselves, and that Palace team had a very comfortable ride for the first 60-65 minutes. It was only until Palace got the goal from the penalty, rightly or wrongly given, that kind of gave Liverpool the kick up to kind of start the comeback, I guess, and they ended up winning the game 2-1. But there's been a few games like that, you know what I mean? Obviously they drew against Luton about a month back again at the start of November, and had the shootout with Fulham 4-3. So there's been games where on another day you'd maybe say, they could have dropped points in these games, but they haven't, and that's another thing you can say as well. If they're going to go on and I know there are a lot of people's tipped to win the league this year. I still think myself City will win it, but that's the one thing you would say if they're going to be that's what champions do, you know what I mean, where it's whether you're going through a cup competition, whether you're winning games in the league like that when you're not at your best, it's always a good sign, right? And that's the scary thing for me looking on as a United fan when I see this Liverpool team that we're facing on Sunday. This team isn't even playing their best right now. But knowing my luck and knowing all the United fans' luck, we'll probably get Liverpool's best on Sunday. And let's just say I really, really, really hope we don't see a repeat of what happened last year. I think we all know what I'm referring to there. Now I can hear you boys asking, Jack, what's your score prediction? I'm going with I'm not going to be sensational and say it's going to be like 6-7 in Liverpool, because that's like the worst nightmare again if history repeats itself twice for United fans, right? It's sad that I'm going into this game and I give my team no hope. I just don't see it. I know I go into this game as United fan Sunday and I see our team, obviously Liverpool have a few injuries. They've still got Andy Robertson out. There's still a few players out. Thiago's still out for them. There's still players that come back in. But in terms of United, we've Luke Shaw back, which is a big, big plus. Rashford is apparently fit. He's had a sickness bug this week, but apparently he is going to be fit for Sunday. But he probably won't start anyway. Obviously, he's been out of the team recently. Be very interested to see what our defence is in terms of the two centre-backs as well. Will he stick with Onana in goal, or will he play Bendir? Surely it's got to be Onana. He's not going to play Bendir at Anfield. That would be a baptism of fire if I've ever seen one. In regard to the centre-backs, it has to be Sean Varane for me. Maguire's out for Sunday's game, so I think Sean Varane have to commit a centre-back. I would say that'd be the ideal partnership for me, especially with that pace as well. We know how, dynamic and fluid Liverpool's play on their forward line is, so yeah, we want to make sure we've got that covered. Midfield's interesting one. Obviously Bruno Fernandes has been in the news recently, obviously club captain. Did he get that yellow card last week to miss the Anfield game? I'm never gonna say that, but I can understand rival fans obviously saying stuff like that. Rumours go round. And yeah, Bruno obviously can't play, suspended for Sunday's game. So the midfield three, who are we gonna have? For me, probably gotta be shut up shop, right? Not just go, I'll cross the, for me, midfield three, McTominay, Amrabat, and probably Mainu is the three, right? What options do you have? What other real options do you have? It's gotta be those three, probably, especially if Bruno's suspended. Obviously Mount's not back. You wouldn't throw him in a game like this anyway. Yeah, for me, those three are probably the ones to go in the midfield with. Flat three, none of them go beyond the ball most of the time. We know what type of game it's gonna be. play, you know. We're not going to have Amrabat, McTominay, or Mainu make it. Well, obviously Amrabat stays anyway, but McTominay or Mainu aren't going to be making those third-man runs into the box. Let's put it that way. They're going to be staying back behind the ball for 90-95% of that game on Sunday, and yeah, and rightly so, because Liverpool, obviously, the threat they pose. If we're in the miracle, you know, Christmas miracle is what we're looking for as United fans, and if we are to get anything from Sunday's game, we're going to have to, you know, really defend as a unit, and obviously, as we all know, when Liverpool leave those gaps when they're attacking, that's what we've got to exploit. Very much easier said than done, though. As for the score prediction, I can hear you boys saying, you know, score predictions, Jack, what we saying? I mean, I've got to give it, and I just, it's so frustrating for me as a United fan that I can't even do a preview and go, yeah, we're gonna, you know, as United, we're gonna turn up on Sunday, you know, and I believe in my team, and if we lose, we're gonna lose with dignity, and if we win or we draw, we're gonna really show a lot of passion and fight on that game on Sunday, and we're gonna really perform, because it's a rivalry against Liverpool, and maybe that should get the players up for it. But I wouldn't be surprised Sunday. I'm thinking my prediction for the game, in terms of scoreline, is gonna be 3-0 Liverpool. As I say, we haven't scored at Anfield for years now. Never mind get points away from there. And so yeah, I think 3-0 Liverpool. That's probably quite reserved. I'm sure there's a lot of United fans and other fans that are thinking maybe it'll be more like 4 or 5, or maybe even more than that. And as I say, I really hope it's not a repeat of last year. But we know as United this season, we've got that ability where the players down tools. They put their heads down when they go a couple of goals down, and that can spiral then. It can snowball into conceding way more goals. So, you know, if it goes to 2-0, 3-0 before half-time, God knows what the final score will be. But I'm going 3-0. As I say, I can't see us scoring. I can see us shipping a good couple of goals to this Liverpool team. They've got all their home fans behind them, and yeah, it's gonna be a very difficult Sunday for United, I do think, unfortunately. Of course, drop it in the comments whether you're a neutral fan watching this game or whether you're a Liverpool or United fan on either side. Drop your comments, give me your feedback in the chat. Let me know both your score predictions for Sunday's game and also what way you see the game going. Because for me, it's gonna be I just say it's gonna be a very comfortable Sunday afternoon stroll for Liverpool, where they're gonna stroll through the game, probably 3 or 4-0, and you know, it's gonna be very comfortable for them. And yeah, as I say, we're gonna ship a load of goals to them, I do think. On Tuesday night, we played Bayern Munich in the Champions League, knowing we needed to win to have any chance of going through. The players didn't, you know, we only lost 1-0 against a Bayern team, so you'd say, oh, that wasn't too bad, but it was all in the actual game. You know, the actual game itself, where we've seen, you know, the United team just didn't turn up. You know, not one shot on target the whole game. And I feel like it's going to be something similar with Liverpool tomorrow. Not only are Liverpool going to win very comfortably, but they're probably not going to face too many shots from us either, to be fair. So as I say, boys, drop your score predictions in the comments. Let me know what you think, how the game's going to go, who's going to score, all your feedback. It's much appreciated in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe if you've enjoyed this video and all the other videos on the channel. Check them out. Drop that sub on the channel. I really appreciate all our new subscribers tuning into this channel recently. We're trying to build it up and up on the way to 500 subscribers. So please do hit that subscribe if you're new. And of course, drop a like on the video, because that does help it surface round, especially gets it up on that algorithm so a lot of people can see this video and get their thoughts in before the big game tomorrow. So Monday afternoon, I will be live on this channel doing that draw around lunchtime, boys, so you're more than welcome to tune into that as well. And until then, I'll see you boys in the next one, man. Peace out.